Capricorns, it's us. I'm back. Inconsistently. Anyways, we're going to be pulling a message for whatever fucking Capricorn placement you want to look up, okay? Bitch, I don't know. I don't care. I don't want this to be longer than 10 minutes because I got shit to do, so let's go ahead and get on into it. So for Capricorn placements, what message do we have? I'm hearing Cinderella by the Cheetah Girls. I don't want to be like Cinderella, sitting in a dark, cold, dusty cellar, waiting for somebody, what, to come and set me free. She don't want to be like someone waiting for a handsome prince to come and save me. I will survive without somebody. Maybe you're trying to be more independent, Capricorn. Don't wanna be no one else. I'd rather rescue myself. Okay, Capricorn is given like you're like on some boss bitch energy, which is characteristic of a Capricorn. You can have what you need and desire, but you must be prepared to enter into the sacred fire to make the appropriate offering. Ooh. Shift from focusing on what isn't working and handing over all the concerns as a prayer offering to the divine. All can then be resolved and shall manifest according to loving and generous grace. So Capricorn, some of you guys are trying to take on way too much. And some of you guys might be a little bit more focused on the conflict and the resolution. I gave a similar message to Libra, but yours is a little bit different. You could benefit from giving your issues up to a higher power, whether that's your ancestors, God, Goddess, the universe, whatever it is. If you are a person of faith of any capacity, if you're a spiritual person and you know that when you pray for things, they happen, focus on whatever it is that you feel like you can't control, putting that in prayer, okay? Because I'm getting with that Cinderella song, it's like maybe you're trying too hard to be self-reliant. I know me, the hyper-independent queen is right here, okay? But there are some things that you could actually find an easier solution in if you would give it up to a higher power. So it's like, if there's something that you're really struggling with or you're drowning in, you pray for it. You never know who or what could come up and help you, right? And you would never expect it because you're too busy trying to figure it out on your own. I'm getting that. And then when you do see that pattern of like, oh, I prayed for help with this and then it got resolved. I prayed for help with this and it got resolved. Then you're going to be able to be a lot more relaxed when you're handling whatever it is that you're going through because you know that you have somebody or something looking out for you. Okay? Like being a Capricorn myself, that kind of hit home. So I'm happy that I got that message. Maybe it's for all of us. Okay. What message do we have for Capricorn placements? Ooh. So some of you guys might be... You guys are being led to do something, and you don't know how it's going to work out. And you need to... Okay, Capricorn. Okay. Your message is being comfortable with uncertainty, okay? And giving those concerns up to a higher power of some sort and just focusing on what you can do right now, okay? Because I'm getting that you might be in a weird transition. Libra had a similar energy, a weird transition where you're not entirely sure what's going to happen. Okay, I'm just going to read this to you, okay? It says, everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where all life begins and ends. It's the winter and the womb. It's funny because I told Libra that they had 1 foot in a black hole. You can't have 1 foot in a black hole. Maybe that applies to you too. If this over here ain't working, you can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, baby. You got to have both feet on one side because you can't have 1 foot in a black hole. You're going to get sucked into it, okay? Comforting and intimidating, freeing and daunting, it can feel both overwhelmingly small and huge. The void is where faith lives. The message of the void is to surrender to the unknown, to allow the fertile darkness of nothingness to nourish the new seeds growing within you. Regardless of whether you know what they'll one day become, you're being called to surrender to the mystery of what's next. I'm about to close this fucking window. It's getting on my nerves. I'm hungry. I should eat something. Okay. You're being called to surrender to the mystery of what's next, to rest and allow the winter of your life to do the work for you, to hand over your control and trust that just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface doesn't mean things aren't at work. The greatest weavings happen when we find a way to surrender and trust that our life is being knitted for us, right beneath the surface, in ways known and unknowable. Now is the time to cultivate faith and to allow deep, deep rest. The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or life phase. If you have Libra placements, check out Libras too. When we're called to let go of all that we know and identify with. When you're in the void, it can feel scary and as if you should be doing something. What did I say? However, when this card appears, it's a sure sign that the most productive thing to do is to relinquish control and surrender to the changing mystery of your life. Yeah, there's a need for faith right now with something, Capricorn. It's especially if you're going through a hard time, or maybe you're taking on a new pursuit, or I'm hearing travel for some of you guys. If you're traveling somewhere, you need to let go of the outcome. You need to, if you're starting a new job, you need to let go of, there's just something that you need to let go of that like you might really, really want, a goal, a desire, a destination, a relation, whatever it is that you want. You're going to get it, but how you get it is not going to be in a way that you control, which I know as a Capricorn, it's hard for us to hear that. We take a lot of pride in being in control. But there are things, a lot of things that are completely out of our control and we have no power in it. And I know that that is really frustrating because, for example, let's say that you applied for something and you got to wait for it to get approved. And there's nothing you can do to make that process go faster, okay? I had a friend back in college where she was pregnant and she was like, I'm doing everything I can to get this baby or to induce my labor and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, girl, that baby's going to come when it's done cooking, okay? The baby's going to come when the baby's going to come, honey. So it's like, although it's admirable to be solution oriented, you really do need to surrender control and allow for whatever it is that you believe in to take the wheel and to guide you into something, out of something, to bring you a solution, whatever it might be, okay? Because you could be really giving yourself really bad anxiety, depression, you know what I'm saying? Because you're really hyper fixated on an issue right now that you want a solution for, maybe even justice for, but that is all going to come in the way that it's supposed to come. So just focus on what you can do right now. And for a lot of you guys, you could be doing less, okay? If you're doing a lot right now, you could be doing less. And maybe if you do let up on the steering wheel a little bit, maybe something or someone can come in and take a little bit of it off of your plate. If you have ever been neglected though, or have dealt with that kind of trauma, people showing up for you might not be the most comfortable thing because you might not be used to that. So, or people haven't been reliable for you. But again, allow for whatever higher power it is to come through and to take that wheel. And the more that you allow your faith to guide you in the right direction, the more you're going to be, the easier it's going to be for you to be able to rest, okay? Because rest is imperative for whatever it is that you're headed for right now, all right? What message do we have for Capricorn placements? I'm hearing something about a blanket. Always was about a princess in distress and how a guy would save her. Something about your friends is coming through. You might be protective of your friends. Your friends might be protective of you. Clarity on this message for Capricorn. Or some of you guys might be walking away from a friend group or a social circle or... You could be dealing with an Aries or an Aquarius. You could be walking away from a manager or a job that no longer suits you anymore. And it's like whoever this manager is or this job, they created more work for you than they helped you, okay? And you might be forced now to carry a burden that you shouldn't have to carry, and that could explain why the anxiety is there, Capricorn, because it's like whatever this job is or whoever this manager is, this could even be like you didn't get paid for your work, right? So now I'm hearing something about a business. So now because you didn't get paid for your work, you have twice as much of a burden on your shoulders because you were doing a lot and you were working a lot. Some of you guys might even be trying to sue somebody. I'm seeing that here, but it's like you were putting in a lot and getting nothing back. So it's like now you have twice as much of a burden on you. This could even be, I'm just getting somebody being negligent to you, and now you have to carry the weight of it. And it's like maybe you're kind of drowning in something, or you're not sure how you're going to get out of something. You're going to get out of it, Capricorn. Just like I said, if this is something that's bigger than you, pray for a solution. Do what you can, but don't spend all day, every day trying to figure shit out or trying to think of a solution or stressing over a solution. If you do have Libra placements, I do beg for you to check that out because it's giving a similar message. But for Libra, it was more so like being so anxious that you go into paralysis. Yours is the opposite issue. So it's like where Libra might freeze when they're under a lot of pressure, you're given the energy of you don't stop. It's like, okay, I'm gonna try this, try this, try this, try this, try this, try this, try that. And it's like, now you're exhausted. You don't have energy to do shit now. When you could have just prayed to whatever higher power you believe in and said, I really need help with X, Y, and Z. And then just did what you can and then watch something pop up to help you. That's what it's giving me. But you're being guided to walk away from whatever it is that anything in life that you pour into that doesn't give back to you, you need to move away from, okay? Because it's giving the energy of you've been over giving a lot. And it's like you're giving a lot and you're not getting anything back, and then you're spent and you don't have anything to give anymore and you still have to keep going. So you're definitely being encouraged to walk away from whatever is burdening you and then allowing for God, the universe, whatever, to fill in that void. And whatever you need to do to mitigate that anxiety that is not unhealthy, do that, okay? Because I can see it. You're going through a lot. What's the final message for Capricorn placements? Yeah, this is financial for a lot of you. You might want to focus on saving money right now. This could even be a job opportunity coming to you, a business opportunity coming to you. If some of you guys wanted some reassurance about that, I do see that happening. You could potentially end up getting a job or an opportunity that helps you to ground yourself. Or third in the Ace of Pentacles, maybe even a gift. Keep it in with the Libra here. You could have, like I said, look at Libra's reading. Yeah, something is going to set this right, Capricorn, where you're going to be stable again. So definitely keep praying. Whatever it is that you need to do to mitigate your anxiety or whatever is going on, do that. But like I said, within reason, let's not get too crazy. Nothing too crazy, honey, okay? But that's the message that I have for you, Capricorn placements. I'm sending you so, so much love. I will... Oh, if you want to book a personal reading with me, shoot me an email because I'm not fighting with the website shit right now. Just email me. I'll tell you the rates and we'll figure it out. All right. Lots of love. Ciao.